Where does Twitter sit within the ecosystem of social media platforms? What is it that Twitter does, and who does it appeal to?
Well, as you mentioned, I am someone who specializes in how young people and young communities use technology and the internet, right? And specifically how their behavior today influences and shapes what technology is going to look like. So when I hear, Elon sharing his vision in pieces over the past week, and part of that is potentially focusing on monetization above all else and putting a paywall around Twitter. That, of course, makes my brain go, oh, that's a kiss of death for teens, right?
Right.
And one of the problems they want with that is they're not a teen platform, right? Like, the universal truth about social media is that adults will literally always get on the platforms that teens congregate to, and teens will rarely, if ever, grow into the platforms that adults are on. So, like, they have a teen problem as it is, even if it is incredibly culturally relevant as a platform in a way that there are no competitors, right? Like, teens are getting information from Twitter disseminated across the platforms they do use in maybe ways they may not even realize. So cultural relevance really important. User base in trouble.
I guess, what I've learned in recent weeks with this growth story that Musk is talking about, more users coming to the platform, is the role of the content creator, right? On Instagram, TikTok, Caroline knows all about this. That platform is about the people that use it. Is Twitter about the content creators? Is it about the people using the platform?
Or is it about, the alternative being more about it dispensing information in real time about news? Is that the alternative?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is and can be a content creation platform. On a high level, when we're talking about competition, something that I'm seeing happen that I'm honestly kind of excited about is we see all these really big social companies that we've framed as competitors to each other. So we have Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, and we're seeing finally this melting of them, looking at them all like they're all for everybody, doing everything all of the time. Right? Finally, we're realizing, and we're seeing this movement towards apps like Discord and things, that we're realizing not every platform can be for everybody all the time, right? We're seeing these mass layoffs, a lot of these big bets not playing out, and I think it would be nice to see a future where the platforms that survive, and this is a likely future, are the ones that actually define their audience and focus on them really clearly. And I think Twitter's got a leg up in that sense because it's one of the platforms where it's extremely clear who uses Twitter, right? Who gets value from Twitter, and there are we're talking about young people, activists, right? There are very specific communities for whom that actually make Twitter really, really culturally relevant.
If you were advising now Elon Musk on how to make it more for content creators, how to now lean in to making really unique storytelling ways in which I'm looking at my own Twitter feed right now, and the amount of people who are giving me their Instagram links, their TikTok links, because they're worried as to where next they're going to be and be able to have these conversations in case the platform doesn't survive. But if it does, and if we manage to see it innovate, do you want to see a return to Periscope? Do you want to see more video products? What do you want to do as someone who advises companies on attracting a teen community, on providing content?
Yeah, I'd say every platform, the future is multi-format, right? We kind of sometimes treat social media like it's, 2013, where each platform has a thing they're good at. So Instagram's images, YouTube's video, Twitter's text, and, you're supposed to do a separate thing on each platform. But the reality is every person's doing everything, and particularly if you're a content creator, right? You're expected to do every format on every platform. So it's, that's a lot. And I do think Twitter is behind in terms of the amount, the types of formats you can use. If you want to go on and express yourself, and you're part of one of their core communities, right? The video sucks. That's insane. That video sucks on the platform. It's crazy, but it does. So being multi-format in a real way, and catching up to everyone in that sense, and then focusing in on the actual communities that utilize their product, that are already their foundational communities, would be my suggestion.
Liz, I'm just going to follow up in terms of your moderation focus as well, because, of course, we're hearing from Europe that they are worried about moderation. In particular, they've got a different type of consideration there in terms of actual real rules, real policy, real fines for you if you don't live up to the content moderation that they want to see, particularly against hate speech. But how much is that something that you have to be thinking about when you're advising these companies, and how much worry and reticence there is of companies at the moment aligning themselves with come with social media platforms that don't seem to care about it enough?
Right. I mean, I think, first of all, Yoel Roth, who was Twitter's former head of safety, wrote an op-ed for New York Times about content moderation in Twitter. That's like the must-read today. That talks a lot about the fact that like outside forces really do influence and enforce in many ways, like moderation on any platform, you know, including, for example, the App Store. But yeah, different countries have different child safety laws, for example. So it is something you have to keep in mind. And when I see news like, you know, the hundreds or thousands of contractors being let go from a big social media company, I will always assume it's content moderation, because right now every company outsources that. And I think that, you know, these are vitally important jobs, and I can't help but wonder how much safer and cleaner for advertisers these platforms would be if they were able to keep these teams in-house as they scale. Right, and then also like be able to treat them regionally and globally. So that's like that's something I think about a lot, and
right.
It's too bad that it's right now these teams are treated a little bit like they're expendable.